Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show by people. Belize our hopes, so to need less reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen under God blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Get up, make every day count. Don't waste it, people. Do your part, play your role, get where you need to. Look and tune in for work or in your vehicle. If you got a problem, pick up the phone. Why wait? It's a time calling. It's a show with no matter even if you're at home. Just call in. WB. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB. Be yourself, see yourself, this is a show my people. Belize our hope, so to need less reason. Nobody feel left out, is the vibe we dealing. Let's find a solution. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Love, respect, unselfishness and cooperation. That's how we need to build a strong nation. We are the people to make the changes. We are the changes, WB. And all the things that must happen under God blue skies. And nothing that people get victimized. Let's work together for better, we got to unite. Belize, yeah. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Another day is here. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. We gotta keep moving, na 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 na. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Everybody gotta put their time in. Wake up Belize, wake up Belize. Voice our opinion and place your calling. WB.
Welcome, this is WUB Wake Up Belize, Morning Vibes. This is Friday, the 14th day of August 2026. I'm Nuri Muhammad for our show today, and we welcome you. As you know, we normally go through our steps. We bring you up to date on the weather. The days have been beautiful, at least yesterday, and we think today will be the same. Derek Rodon is our forecaster, and we will have it read to us this morning by our simulcast host downstairs, our brother Anthony Grant. And then after that, we'll bring you our news prepared by our news center. Tonio?
A few central and southern areas last night. Conditions are slightly moist and unstable over our area, but will become more so tonight, supporting an increase in showers over most areas. The forecast for today is for partly cloudy skies with isolated showers or thunderstorms, except for a few more inland this morning and early afternoon. Tonight, skies will become cloudy with some showers or thunderstorms over most areas. Winds over the open sea will be easterly at 10 to 20 knots, and the seas will be choppy. High temperatures today will be around 88 degrees Fahrenheit on the coast, 94 inland, but only 82 up in the mountains. The outlook is for cloudy skies at times, with some showers or thunderstorms over most areas Saturday morning, with showers becoming isolated Saturday afternoon. For Saturday night, a few showers or thunderstorms are likely over the south. There is a high tide at 10:57 this morning, and a low follows at 5:39 this evening. Another high is at 11:31 tonight, and another low at 5:39 tomorrow morning. The sun rose at 5:35 this morning and will set at 6:19 this evening. The moon comes up at 7:21 this morning and goes down at 10 minutes before 8 tonight. In the tropical weather outlook, tropical cyclone formation is not expected in our area of interest during the next 48 hours. In the sargassum update, there is a medium chance that a few more sargassum mats could drift ashore during the coming days, moderately impacting beaches across the country. With that, we end this report from the Belize Weather Bureau.
The first private radio in Belize since 1989. Creme FM presents the news. Informative, accurate, current information, local, regional, and international news, weather and sports. And now, the news.
All right, welcome back. Just before we begin and give you our news this morning, I want to celebrate the fact that this is 57 years of the Amandala newspaper, which started on the 13th day of August in 1969. There's a history to it, and we want to congratulate those who have contributed to it over the years. I had something to do with its name. Having been a part of the movement, we were looking for a name to call our newspaper, and I came back with the name Amandala, which is something that we used to say back in the 60s when we were protesting American oppression and etc. And at the end of all our meetings, we used to say Amandala, which means power to the people. And so when they were looking for a name, the name Amandala was chosen. I want to congratulate the early work of Evan X. Hyde, Brother Ishmael Shabazz, and many others who contributed to this paper. This is the most well-read newspaper in circulation in Belize. It has survived all the other newspapers that have basically had to go online. So this is one of the only newspapers, in fact, it is the only newspaper in Belize that has been able to survive all the rigors of internet and online and etc. etc. So we want to congratulate the editor, Brother Charles X. Hyde. We want to also recognize the business manager, Cynthia Hyde, and all those who continue to contribute their articles in the Amandala newspaper. And so now for our news for today. Following weeks of mounting public backlash, Cabinet has decided not to support Belize Telecommunication Limited's proposed acquisition of SpeedNet Communication Limited, which operates SpeedNet. In a statement on Thursday afternoon, Cabinet acknowledged that the $80 million deal was a matter of national concern and said it had a duty to review all available data and consider the views of social partners, the media, and the public. After what is described as, quote, careful deliberation, Cabinet announced its informed position opposing the acquisition. The release added that the government of Belize, the Social Security Board, and the people of Belize as majority owners of BTL must act responsibly and transparently in the national interests. Cabinet thanked all those who engaged in, quote, good faith and constructive dialogue, end of quote, and assured Belizeans that it remains committed to listening respectfully to their concerns and acting in the country's best interests. The Prime Minister subsequently stated that he expects BTL will inform SMART that they will not proceed with this acquisition. The four social partners organizations welcomed Cabinet's decision and commended ministers for listening to the public concerns. They emphasized, however, that Cabinet's stated position, quote, does not by itself determine the legal and regulatory disposition of the proposed transition, end of quote. The group noted that the Public Utilities Commission, PUC, as the regulator must continue to review, quote, transparently, independently, and in accordance with the applicable statutory framework, end of quote. They have reiterated their August 6th call for the PUC to address outstanding regulatory concerns, including the deal's implication for competition and compliance with Belize's telecommunications framework. They also urged the BTL board to respond to their requests for financial information and valuation material regarding the proposed acquisition. They state, quote, Cabinet's announcement does not remove the need for accountability regarding how the transaction of this magnitude was introduced, assessed, and advanced, end of quote. The social partners commit to act collectively and remain engaged until the outstanding questions are answered. The NTUCB's, quote, Wear Black campaign for today continues. The affiliate unions are still to decide on demonstrations that was planned for August the 18th. Prior to Cabinet's announcement, the Belize Communication Workers for Justice also came forward to express its continued opposition to the BTL acquisition of SMART. They say public pronouncements since the issue was last at the forefront in January and February of this year have only exacerbated concerns that they are demanding that BTL presents evidence to support the $80 million deal. The group, which has been opposed to acquisition from the very beginning, stated, quote, claims about a rapid payback, available network capacity, and the value of SpeedNet's asset should be supported by information that Belizeans and the country's social partners can independently assess, end of quote. The BCWJ is asking for multi-year audited financial records supporting the valuation, an independent valuation and financial model, a comprehensive technology infrastructure and integration assessment, and analysis of how acquired BTL's main competitor will affect competition and consumer choices, and a clear worker impact plan, including potential duplication of roles, protections, and redundancy costs. BCWJ spokesperson Emily Turner responded to BTL's chairman's claim that they know what they are acquiring since they have other methods of assessment like net present value, and they can see through their interconnection how many customers Smart has. He said this allows them to make an assessment of what Smart's estimated revenue is based on traffic.
6% interest. Some people got paid, and the 6% interest was not included from the day they left. So so you have a group of people with that. Then you have people that they wrote BTL. If you guys remember, BTL said, "Oh, send us your claim, and we will look at it, and in 15 days we answer." Well, none of that happened. So I have people that I wrote them to let you know the industry. A lot of especially business customers or people that are small entrepreneurs and media and all of these people, they usually keep two phones, right? So I keep one for redundancy purposes. So they have to make an assessment, and they should have been able to do that now to decide if there's duplicated customer base, because if I am going to be running off the same network, I won't need two devices. So it's not a one for one. If I have 100,000 customers, I won't get automatically 100,000 onto the BTL network. That's not true. There's a lot of people that carry, a lot of business people especially carry two phones so that they have a backup in case one of the providers go down. But if they consolidate, there's going to be no need for that. So a lot of people use Smart as a redundancy to BTL. So they should know the numbers, and if they have not done it, then that's why we will have a challenge with it, because then you have not done your proper technical due diligence. Being in this industry, we know what that means. It's a rigorous effort to get to understand these type of technical assessments that need to be done. And if it's there, why haven't they produced that evidence? And that's why we doubt it, because then where is it? If you want to make sure that we agree with this thing, then just show it what you have done. Show it to us. It won't be it shouldn't be an issue. If it's such a great deal, it's gonna be better if you have the proper evidence, the technical assessments, the customer assessments, especially when it comes to duplication with customers. Show us that, and then we will be able to understand the deal that you want us to agree to. We're not asking them to tell us the confidential private business of this organization. We are asking them to give us the assumptions that they use to then create those forecasts that they have told us. They know today they could get $80 million out of Smart in 4.5 years. We want to know those things. You can't keep all the things that are private and confidential. That's a separate and apart. That buyer represents the Belizean people. That's our money that is invested in that company. He could not have thought that we would have not asked for this type of information. Like, if he think that, then he really think we...
In its statement yesterday, the BCWJ also said the Smart deal, quote, cannot be separated from BTL's record of accountability to its former employees, end of quote. The group noted that many former workers have reported unanswered correspondence over disputed calculations and claims rejected or labeled as disqualified without adequate explanation. The BCWJ informed that 3 days ago, BCWJ's attorney issued a pre-action protocol letter to BTL on behalf of the 146 former employees regarding their severance claims. That letter represented an individual accounting for each claimant. Here again is Emily Turner.
6% interest. Some people got paid, and the 6% interest was not included from the day they left. So so you have a group of people with that. Then you have people that they wrote BTL. If you guys remember, BTL said, "Oh, send us your claim, and we will look at it, and in 15 days we answer." Well, none of that happened. So I have people that I wrote them till they're blue, and they have not heard back from BTL. Then we have a number of people at BTL arbitrarily, and I use the word arbitrarily, has decided to disqualify. So they have written to these people and said, you do not qualify for severance. So I believe that the 146 makes up those group of people. So I know some people are asking what happened to the issue with severance, so I'm here to update that it has not been cleared, and employees tried everything. They tried to show their evidence of what they had when they started working, social security contribution history. Many people tried a lot of things to try to get it settled with BTL, but at the end of the day, when it comes to holding BTL accountable, we have found that task is very difficult. Then there are people that work there for 30 years and BTL is saying, I don't find you, I don't find your record, and they make no effort to try to use use their relationship with social security or income tax to help understand what happened to the records of these people.
The attorney representing the BCWJ is from Trinidad and Tobago. BTL has 7 days to respond and 30 days to provide disclosure for each claim. Otherwise, the matter will proceed to court. In an urgent letter dated August 12th, the Belize Bus Association, BBA, President Philip Jones called on Minister of Transport, Honorable Dr. Louis Zabani, to address the association's request for an extension of the diesel subsidy support for the bus operators. According to Jones, the BBA initially wrote to the ministry on July 15 requesting a response by the end of July due to high fuel prices and financial pressures on operators. Following an unaddressed follow-up on August 5th, Honorable Zabani advised the BBA to direct their appeal to the Prime Minister. After submitting the request to the PM on August the 6th, the BBA states it has yet to receive a response from either office. The BBA is now requesting a formal response by the end of the week, warning that without urgent intervention, the economic strain could cause the situation to escalate to a breaking point. And that's our news package for this morning, prepared by our news center and our news director, Maria Amaya, our sister, who is an excellent journalist in Belize. We might say the best as far as we are concerned. But there is more news coming up in the program that follows us, that comes in around 12 o'clock. There's an update at 3 o'clock and a full news broadcast at 5:15. All of this on CREM Radio. Here on XTV, we bring you the entire news package for today at 6 o'clock this evening. It's a minute after 7 o'clock. Our guest this morning is the Honorable Dickie Bradley, and he should be in after we're completed with this break. Stay tuned.
Informative, accurate, current information. CREM's newscast. Local, regional, and international news. Weather and sports.
Smart for everybody. Smart leading everything. Smart give you everything. Smart offer everything. Smart give you everything. North to the east and the south and the west. Smart are the best. Darling, double up my data and give me all the text. In fact, give me a plan for my family. Unlimited calls so me like it. And Smart make everybody feel happy. Bringing people together, me want it now. Smart got love for everybody. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. More bundles, data plan. Me want my smartphone, internet in my hand. Call me want my Smart plan. Want it right now. Smart. Stay connected. Stay happy.
At Atlantic Bank, your convenience is our priority. Our contact center is designed to enhance your banking experience. With a wide range of customer service options, you save time and effort. You can easily call in to block or unblock your debit and credit cards, perform account inquiries, and access detailed card information. Whether you need assistance with online banking, merchant support, or general inquiries, our team is ready to help. For added convenience, if all operators are busy, you can leave your number and an operator will return your call as soon as possible to ensure you receive the support you need. Depending on your transaction type, we may need to verify your identity through a set of security questions. And remember, Atlantic Bank will never request your username or password for Atlantic Online via phone call, text, or email, ensuring your personal information remains safe and secure. Our support team is available Monday to Friday from 8 a.m. to 6 p.m. in both English and Spanish. Simply dial 223-1212. This is a dedicated line for our contact center. Atlantic Bank is committed to providing you with exceptional service and the tools you need to manage your finances conveniently and securely. Take full advantage of our easy-to-use contact center services today.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
welcome back. This is WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes. And as I said, we have in the house, and I've been told to change that to Honorable. Thank you, brother. Brother, welcome, brother.
Thanks every time.
All right, very good.
I run up the step at about 20 miles an hour.
Yeah, okay, well, it's
Good
good
exercise.
Yes, indeed, indeed.
And
we got a lot to unpack, and we got just a limited time, but we want to make sure that everybody is able to. So let's start with the bombshell that the cabinet has made a significant decision yesterday, late yesterday afternoon, that they will not and do not support the acquisition of Smart by BTL. This is a very important decision based on the fact that we thought that it was, sort of a fait accompli, but obviously there were dissenting voices in the cabinet, and so the decision was made yesterday that the acquisition is not supported by the cabinet. What's your thoughts, Councillor?
My thought is this morning should have been declared a public and bank holiday. We should be dancing in the street. This morning should be for dancing, and later this evening, as the sun sets, should be for romancing. This is a day to celebrate because it represents a victory for the people of Belize. It represents a victory for people power. It represents a victory that when the majority of the citizens of the country, from the well-educated to the so-called ordinary man and woman in the street, the unions, to a limited extent the churches, the social partners, maybe I shouldn't say this, the four horsemen of the apocalypse, but the four senators that did an unprecedented matter of one, publicly joining forces, and two, 3 out of 4 of them walked out of a Senate meeting. That is crucial in terms of the social partners, the churches, the unions, the media, the NGOs coming together and seeing an issue for what it is. Yourself, Mose, Yaya, Krem, XTV has been from the get-go, when it was first announced that they would be spending over $100 million to buy some little 10-cent cable thing, that just throw into the mix as a form of hustle. This is a big time hustle,
Indeed.
You're going to 10-cent cable company, you're going to get millions. This huge hustle was underway. The behavior of the board for the BTL, they should be asked by the Prime Minister to submit their resignation. They have been disdainful and arrogant towards the views of the people of Belize. Never mind, they look down upon way and say that we confused, we don't know what they talk about, we just listen to the noise in the marketplace, and so on. But this is a day for rejoicing. It is also a day for us to do some sober reflection and to see how we can take it from here. We need to be very careful. We can't get drunk with a little victory. And let me say what G. Mike Reed told me last night. He said, don't forget that the government listened to the people. Don't leave that out of the equation. The Prime Minister, whatever we want to say about him, big respect. He listened to the voices crying out and decided, because economic answer, you use the Latin word fait accompli, which means it's a done deal. But they listened. Julius Espat, man, big respect to him.
Respect,
say, the owners of BTL are the people of the country.
Indeed.
The people in BTL think that they own it. And they answer only to Ashcraft and only to social security.
Yes. They kept saying that this is a private company.
A private public company.
How you get there?
In other words, then a fish and then a fowl. The people of Belize own BTL. We were conned out of almost $600 million by the UDP administration to pay Mr. Ashcroft for something which was calculated to value only over $300 million.
Exactly.
The PUP came into office and said nothing about how that money gone and how we pay and where it come from. Which law firm get the big slice of legal fees, if any, came out of that?
Big question.
So people of Belize, today, you won a victory. You won a victory because you smelled a rat. Because from the get-go, when they announced that they want to buy this a cable company, that the cable, where did they buy that for? And do you know the discussion did not center more on a very important matter? BTL can't bring you this show, can't bring cable television without the actual cable wire they run from the lamppost to your house. The world has gone way beyond cable. Everything that you don't need no wire. You are now linked up to satellites. Hundreds of satellites are going around the earth doing all kinds of things. One of the things they do is to beam radio and television waves down to the earth. You know what the Americans, you'll never hear this on CNN. You heard it first on XTV, that the Russians and the Chinese are using their satellites to inform Iran exactly where the American military forces gather, where they shoot from. Why you think Iran they attack fellow Arab countries? Why would Iran want to attack its own, in a sense, neighbors? Kuwait, Saudi Arabia are powerhouse. All these countries, because they all have American military bases on their soil, and they are shooting Iran from out of those countries. They don't shoot from North America. You all may have heard or seen that on the American media, they are astounded that President Donald John Trump hide in one cat. We carry food to plane. He hide in a cat so they could move on from the American, they call it Air Force One, this big jet that all kind of military technology so it can easily be shot at. He had to hide in that and gone in our next plane because they get word that Iran will shoot down the plane and kill Donald Trump.
Yes. Well, you know, America killed their leader, and so they say,
it's just a tit for tat.
Yeah.
America, the Iranians, who are 92 million people, who were formerly the Persians, a civilization that goes back more than 3,000 years. America only born the other day 250 years ago after having subdued the native indigenous people. But back to the question. Today is a victory for everybody. It took the government a little while, but they get the sense as the unions join forces. And whatever little glitches, I want to big up the president of the Belize Chamber of Commerce and Industry. They did come out.
Yes.
They really did come out.
And I think they would have been willing to go in the streets likewise, but
if necessary. No,
they put a caveat though. They said members rather than the organization.
Then a bourgeoisie and then a elitist and they think that they're not street people and so on. But in the end, we are all one people in this country.
Exactly.
When this country do fooling money, all are we punished. So a major WUB has been diverted and extinguished. People still not sure if BTL want to go ahead. BTL can't go ahead. BTL is owned by the people of Belize, who also own the government of Belize. The government not get the understanding yet. Then the next one they need to get the sense. The government is owned and the government is responsible to the people of Belize. We all sit back and watch them go on like they're so high and mighty and so powerful and do what they want. We don't watch on ourselves because people right now in the 2020s not happy with how people take chance after them. We poor and broke and they struggle to get one meal and so, but we're not stupid.
Absolutely.
So
Absolutely.
Prime Minister, we give you your credit because you could have just pushed that through, and who not like it, and who want riot and broke up thing, and who want vote against PUP in the upcoming election, that in business, that not affect you.
Dickie, there's a consistent elephant in the room, and he has not been in the room of our politics only during this administration, and that is Michael Ashcroft. I'm saying that because the Prime Minister continued to say that, look, we could go ahead with this, but we will be in for a lot of lawsuit response, basically, from Mr. Ashcroft. Weigh in on that idea of, first of all, our perpetual fear, political fear of the influence of Michael Ashcroft. And secondly, how do you think the process will proceed now based on this threat that he is going to take the government to court on the basis of this decision?
Well, Mr. Ashcroft, all his lawsuits against the government and people of Belize was softly and quietly settled in a room, in a meeting.
Yes.
Belize people don't get no sense of what happened. So let me just give a little back context and then try to answer you. Mr. Ashcroft, his party is not in government right now in Britain. He is a staunch supporter of racist Margaret Thatcher and the Conservative Party that was in power in Britain for 3 terms. And he is also a huge financier. He donates millions of dollars to his party. And who knows if some of that millions will scrape up from our country.
Obviously.
But this is a powerful billionaire with lots of connections. All the lawsuits that he had pending and outstanding, now you need to remember something. Dean Barrow was the lawyer for Mr. Ashcroft Bank, which is Mr. Ashcroft, for many, many years. Many of his millions came from working for Mr. Ashcroft. It's not a coincidence that he was selected to be the lawyer for Mr. Ashcroft. One, because he is a brilliant person, brilliant Belizean, and 2, because he was ensconced in the then opposition, which became government, then gone back to opposition, and then gone government. People like Mr. Ashcroft, they're smart, they know to pick their target. On the PUP side, Mr. Eamon Courtney is the lawyer for Mr. Ashcroft. Eamon Courtney is as much influential as Mr. Barrow would have been to Mr. Essebel. In fact, people who want to disparage the Prime Minister of Belize says that it is Eamon Courtney who is running the government. His law firm, they make crazy money off of the government right now. And so take a look. The most brilliant man in the PUP is the lawyer for Mr. Ashcroft. Was or is, whichever past and present tense you want. The most brilliant man in the UDP. So he have the 2 men would basically call the important shots. So brothers and sisters who tune into XTV, which has a history of speaking out, though the heavens may fall. When you hear Mr. Nuri talking on a subject and you hear Mose to try and educate you on an issue, the television station pays a price because they refuse to then continue to buy advertisements. They want to. This happens all over the world, you hear? That the forces of evil are always fighting against the forces of good. What does crime represent? Crime not the peace revolution, crime not the peace going to assassinate no minister, crime is not teaching burn down the merchants, then run out the Indians and the Chinese and let's take over things and so on. No, that's not what crime does. Crime to give you education, information. So what happened not so long ago, a little over 12 months, that there was a meeting engineered by these powerful people who influenced the Prime Minister. Mr. Ashcroft got Belizeans sitting in high places called ambassadors and attorneys and senators and ministers. He got them to come up with an agreement in which Mr. Ashcroft was paid $200 million. Let me repeat myself, over a year ago, under the PUP government. PUP functionaries, feeders, hustlers, people who think they're better than we, people who richer than we, who could make money like how I'm telling you now. They agreed. Mr. Ashraf ain't gone at the meeting. He don't know the outcome. They agreed to pay. And Mr. Ashraf has been paid $200 million to make a stop suit. That is to settle his lawsuits. Instead of me going to court and maybe we win one, we lose one, the judge orders so much. We paid that, I'll come to that. Yeah, we paid $200 million. No Nuri and people of Belize. While they were negotiating, guess what get thrown into the pot? Mr. Ashraf is selling the Port Authority. His bank had taken it over because the previous people run up and bill it and can't pay. Mr. Ashraf was paid, that group of persons who, I think somebody was using the word traitors the other day. I'm not using it. That group of persons, the said same persons who agreed to pay a billionaire $200 million of we money. This is taxpayers' money, you know. It's a direct from taxpayers. This is not a BTL, the cell phone. They agreed to pay Mr. Ashraf another $200 million to buy the Port Authority, which is an old pier and a filled up swamp with only small building on it. So that of $400 million of the taxpayers' money that was paid to Mr. Ashcroft. Mr. Ashcroft is powerful, influential, he knows to pick a target thing. He had meetings with the BTL board, you know. Yeah. So nobody should be surprised. I don't want to cast aspersions and everything. Nobody should be surprised that they're all gung-ho to sell and buy. So listen to this one part before we come back to other topics. When it was announced, because that kind of money you have to go to the parliament. The parliament is a rubber stamp. Yeah? Don't be confused about the parliament, I believe. That is a rubber stamp. Anything the Prime Minister and the Cabinet agree to, they have to agree to because they're not the same one we agree the Cabinet.
They are the majority in the Cabinet, yeah.
What Buta Baruka, the street poet at Jamaica, said the system is a fraud.
It's a fraud.
It's a graveyard. In fact, he don't say system, I will say what he said. Shit stem. So when it came out public that we, the people of Belize, money has been given to Mr. Ashcroft, $200 million for the lawsuit and another $200 million for the port. Guess what? The former Prime Minister, the one Dean Barrow, now enjoying his millions, came public, got on the media in this country. This is just some months ago, you know, we have short memory. Came out and said, excuse me, what gone wrong? When I was Prime Minister, they come to sell me the port for about, I think, maybe 60 or $80 million, and he didn't buy the port. We pay a billionaire $200 million for the port. And let me be fair and show in my personal opinion. You hear them say they want to close down 2 bridges one time. Have you ever heard that anywhere? 2 bridges one time. One close. Swing Bridge is no longer than maybe about 100 feet. Swing Bridge is a monument to our country. It's like part away. You used to swing, that's why you call Swing Bridge. You could have made manpower and put some iron in and one thing here in the middle and then push and push and push and the whole bridge swing. Swing and the sailboat then could come without take down and sail and could shelter from hurricane. The Swing Bridge is no longer than 100 feet. This is all personal opinion. You can go to Mexico and their engineers and their builders could get 2 half of the bridge, put them on barge, bring them here, drive powerful pile in the middle and have one bridge 100 feet and no kind of thing, right? And you could do that for maybe $5 or $10 million. We are the most wasteful country in this part of the world. Wasteful. Swing Bridge. So when Mr. Barrow comes forward, a man who had done this country many grave wrongs, we are wallowing in poverty because of what he and his government did for 13 years. When he felt it is important to tell the people of Belize how UNO could allow $200 million to be paid to his former slave master. Because when you're any kind of liar, then they man your boss and tell you what they want you to do for them. And we don't get the sense. So, yes, let's celebrate today and let's understand that the battle is not totally won because this giant called Ashcroft
is not going away.
Is going to do everything he can to hurt Johnny Briceño. He did it and succeeded with Said Musa.
Yes.
Turned Musa own minister against him.
Yes. Indeed.
There are always people like that. You know, Jesus sat down and then he eat. And he said, you see how we all are there with the put your hand in this this black dinner and eat. He said, one of you want betray me. And later on, one of you want sell me out. Okay?
Yeah.
That's how it is. You get sell out when the people wrong.
Let's take our first break for 2 cents scam. We'll come back. We got much more of attorney at law, Mr. Richard Dickey Bradley.
You're watching WUB and this is XTV. Big respect to us. Police's 4-point security. I don't know what big up Friday. To make sure get the people there big up.
You know, Miss Hader Fitzgibbons, she's now 5 years old and she's my mother. And I love her with all my heart. That's all I want to say, brother.
Yeah, because the people that work hard every day, Monday to Friday, Saturday, sometimes, you know. We go up on themselves because things have to happen. But
first of all, I want to big up myself. I want to big up my 2 kids. I want to big up my mom. I want to big up my brother. I want to big up my whole family. First of all, big up Belize. Everybody big. Everybody big.
Every great job starts at Brothers Habet with the best supplies and the right support, including free delivery on site, so you can focus on the job. Brothers Habet, working with contractors since 1983.
Altoona is one of the most visited Mayan city up until lately. The adjacent communities have collaborated together to see how they can get a space here that the wood carvers could actually market and sell their product. Not having the POS machine in the past, we have lost a lot of sales. Atlantic Bank helps supported our business, giving us the opportunity to get the POS machine. Now with the POS machine, we are able to do more sales, and that will, also bring more, finance to our families.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
Before our grid reached across Belize, it was built by generations of Belizeans committed to connecting communities and powering progress. Through the hands, the dedication, and the vision of our people, the grid grew with Belize. A nation built through strength and resilience, and a network built pole by pole. Today, that responsibility continues, strengthened by every hand that follows. Each generation building on the last and carrying forward a shared responsibility. serving communities, powering schools, hospitals, businesses, and homes, supporting a nation that continues to grow. Belize Electricity Limited, built to serve, serving Belize.
Still squeezing your team into a tiny meeting room? It's time for an upgrade. Welcome to the Executive Conference Room, where business meets comfort and every event is set up for success. Your rental includes exclusive use of the venue, a podium, 2 wireless microphones, a 98-inch smart display, built-in speakers, dedicated high-speed internet, and all the tables and chairs you need. Whether you're hosting a meeting, seminar, workshop, or presentation, choose from banquet, cabaret, theater, U-shape, classroom, or boardroom seating to fit your event. Enjoy our executive meal and hors d'oeuvres options. Customize a menu to your preferences or choose from our a la carte selection. Beverages are available for purchase and corkage service is offered for outside beverages. Book your next event with Golden Bay Belize Hotel. Let us take care of the details while you focus on what matters most.
Catu's Trucking is the one place that can handle all your concrete mix needs. 50-pound sandbags, white sand, sand and gravel, river sand, black dirt, clay and landfill, washed white sand, concrete mix and limestone. We also do land clearing, road construction, and excavation. For all your building and home projects, visit us at mile 14 on the Philip Golson Highway. Call or WhatsApp at 673-1118, 671-9199, or 661-5863. We're open Mondays to Saturdays. Our prices are so good you can't get a better deal anywhere. Catu's Trucking, where we do things right.
As a sheetrock installer for decor construction, I know the job is only as good as the materials I use. Using inferior products can lead to more waste, weak core integrity, sagging, and more time fixing the problem instead of finishing the job right. And that's why I trust USG Drywall, Ply-Sem, and Best Screws from Bennis, because quality is savings.
Quality is savings at Benny's. Best for you and best for me. At Benny's, it's the quality. Benny's, quality and savings.
You're up against some tough challenges, but not all heavy-duty lubricants can handle the pressure. Until now, introducing Ridgeline Lubricants, a homegrown solution engineered right here to solve the hurdles you face every day. Backed by experts who understand the ups and downs of where you're operating and what's at stake. Specially formulated to protect your equipment so you can push past grueling hours, heavy loads, and harsh conditions to reach for greater productivity. Ridgeline Lubricants. Long live your equipment.
Hello Belize, if you're looking for the perfect home air conditioner, then listen up. First, choose the right tonnage. Correct sizing means perfect cooling and much lower electricity bills. Now, look for efficiency. GREE uses AI-driven performance to optimize cooling and fight high energy costs. Lastly, don't just cool your air, clean it. Demand health-focused air treatment and smart connected features. Get the global leader in smart home comfort. Contact us today to find your perfect GREE AC.
This is WUB. This is a Friday morning, the 13th day. The Amandala anniversary is the 13th of August, 1969.
69?
1969. So that means 57 years of the Amandala.
You see now, a perverted mind like mine, 69 is a sex number.
Oh, okay.
But we'll not go there. But 69 for 1969.
So no.
I grew up with a Mandala newspaper, man. We just look forward to Friday.
Yes,
Do you know the Greater Vanex side used to stand up in front of what is the city council office now? The Mule Park little area.
Yeah.
The Vanex side used to sell their Mandala
Yes, indeed. Amandala, Shabazz, and everybody used to be on the front line.
Yeah.
And so
but that is
a whole history.
I said that like that in the past. There are Mandala newspaper that sprung up out of that movement, the kind which has never been. There has never been another thing like
There's
UBA.
never been another UBA.
Even the independence movement by George Christ did not have that kind of. I mean, you know, like say like Malcolm X and Martin Luther King, in another time they no man play no role.
Yeah.
Everything in history is almost like timing.
Indeed.
If Fidel Castro was not in charge of Cuba during that period, 1950s, up when America was becoming the biggest man on the block, Cuba would have been sucked back into the American satellite fold.
And he went there after the revolution of getting rid of Batista, and basically appealed to the State Department. Well, listen, you know, we overthrew this. We'll make we see. And so they blocked him and then started to put enormous pressure on him. That's what forced him into the Russian camp.
Yeah.
He didn't come up and say, I am a communist. He came up and say, we are freedom fighters. We try to get rid of it. But listen, this is a very important. Yeah.
Oh man, so yesterday was Amandala's birthday.
Indeed, yes.
Oh man, I was wondering, I saw the balloons in front of the office there and the words happy birthday, but I'm thinking it was for a member of staff.
Yeah.
Listen, my brothers and sisters, and this, I said this after the young generation, but they don't know where they're going on, man. They are highly versed in TikTok and Facebook.
Yeah. There's a disconnect, man. Disconnect.
Yeah.
And,
it's just the world that we have. Eventually,
Indeed.
you know, I think that...
but there's a revolutionary spirit among the youth.
You think?
Yes. I work with youth. I could tell you there's a revolutionary spirit. You can't find more braver youth than a so-called gang boy, you know.
But then they brave for the wrong cause.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You see, but then got the youth there, Bakatong and them boy, those were the old-time gangsters.
Right.
They were a part of the Mandala movement, you see. So
Mandala was a people's movement?
Yes, and the ability to capture that energy has been lost. The only thing that the PUP and the UDP has been able to do is to sell them propaganda, so they get excited and they pay them. But you don't have no youth movement that is standing firm for freedom, justice, and equality, if I could put it in that simple term.
Let me try and...
I don't want to get away from this.
No, but let me come back to birthday, because the birthday is our birthday.
Yeah.
But let me try to segue into another matter. When I saw the letterhead for the protesters and the warriors against the BTL behavior, it said the evangelical, I don't know what the full name for it, but it's the evangelical movement which Pastor Louis Wade represents the evangelicals in official dome as part of the Senate. But I don't see anything there about the council of churches. I don't see my church, the Anglicans and the Methodists.
And the Constitution calls for the council of churches.
A full thing, no?
Yeah.
Well, I don't know. It does not. It's not named in the Constitution. It can't, because you can't discriminate and say one against the other.
Okay.
You see, like how all these traditional established churches are there. What about the Muslims? What about the Jehovah's Witnesses? Yes, the Jehovah's Witnesses are Christians, but they're a distinct sect of Christianity. Because there ain't no Christians like the Jehovah's in Belize, you know, or elsewhere. They come out.
Yeah, they're in the streets.
I don't know if it's every week, but they come out physically, personally, and come to your gate and hail for you in your house and suffer the insults of people who are a little still not properly understanding what is happening. We all serve the same God. You're a Muslim, you would say, in the name of Allah. Or all praises are due to Allah. we would say the same thing. Bob Marley sings, give thanks and praises to the Most High.
Yeah, indeed.
And the truth of the matter is that in the Bible, even in the English, the great translation, which we all call the King James Version, simply meaning that when King James was king of that country, he's the one that gave the go-ahead for them to translate the Bible from Greek, from the original, some of the original tongues, was translated into English. The people who translate that, they had to have had some poet, some Evanex Hyde among their midst, because that language is just language out of this world.
Poetic.
No wonder people believe that God writes. No wonder people believe that God writes the Bible. The words are just so powerful.
They are
the
powerful.
Images
And deep meanings.
Man, you know, one of these days, if God is willing, when I come here and I will say, Nuri, can we forget earthly things and let us speak spiritual matters?
Yes.
I want to share with your viewers what Jesus had said. One day a sower went out to sow his seed. Some fell on rocky ground. Some fell on ground where the birds came. I mean, nobody could talk like that. Look at the book of Ecclesiastes.
Yes, sir.
Not only poetry, not only inspirational words, but awesome logic and common sense. There's a time and season for everything under the sun. You know, there's a time to weep, there's a time to mourn, there's a time to
deep wisdom. But you need to understand it, because there's been an intentional attempt to only focus on certain parts of the Bible, like servants, obey your master.
Obey the government. Obey the government.
So what you do is you don't focus on the wisdom of David. You don't focus on the wisdom of Solomon. You don't focus on Ecclesiastes. You focus on those parts that make people think of the other world. So live in poverty, get it on the other side. Don't worry about what's going on in politics, etc., etc. Anyway, we need to stay on this subject because
today is us getting the opportunity.
And I wanted to say also, since you opened it up, that in fact that NIAC being on the letterhead, Louis Wade is the churches or the religious communities representative in the Senate. And so for you to
on behalf of NIAC?
Well, it should not be only on the party. Yeah, because he...
The traditional
what happens is that seat, if you notice, has been held by Anglican at one time, Methodist at one time, and others 30, 40 years ago.
They need a radical father like the father at Divine Mercy. That father is a radical father.
Yeah, Giuliani. Yes, he's very. He works. He's a strong friend of mine.
And I hope that I don't close my eyes without seeing you on the Senate, Honorable Nuri Muhammad.
Yeah, well, that will be something that...
They want to fight you down because you're Muslim.
Yeah.
But once Saudi Arabia start to give Belize some more money, they want to talk to you. They want to talk to you. By the way,
let's not lose our
we come back because I have to big that up, because my brothers and my sisters, I am a child of a Mandela. I go up with this newspaper. We can't wait till Friday come to read the Mandela newspaper. It used to be one thing with a type on one typewriter. Gestetner machine. When I was Secretary of the Public Services Union, that's what we used to get out the monthly Vanguard.
Yes.
The Public Service Union had a monthly
news. We used to be radical, man. I remember with you, Roland Clark, and them and then.
One time, because I was influenced by Mandela, one time I wrote an article in the Vanguard, I think it was, what that thing name? It was, what that thing? I used Bible words, and it came to pass. And it came to pass that in Belmopan, we call it the Big Benopan. It came to pass that in Benopan, no messages will come out of Belmopan to the rest of the country. No cable will come through the wires, no mail will come through the pass, and the people will rebel against one. So, bam, the Beacon newspaper printed, and so it came to pass. Now this thing turned political, which I guess it was from the beginning. So pressure the hand to find out who to write anything in a newspaper. So my boss, because I was the administrative officer in the Ministry of Education, Sports and Culture, and Ronald Clark, the poet, was the acting permanent secretary. And so he put out the word where he's the one who wrote it. Guess what? Michael John Holtz, the permanent secretary in the Ministry of Home Affairs with Linda Raja. They sent for the man rapped me out by the man said, well, that one there, they can barely write down. Bam, I get transferred. But my brothers and sisters, a Mandala newspaper started like a revolutionary.
Indeed.
End of all the colonial type of thinking and so on. Do you know that Evan X. Hyde was charged for an article he wrote in the Mandala and taken to the Supreme Court, where he was tried?
He and Shabazz.
They tried to put him in jail, Omar.
Omar Shabazz,
Yes, he wrote a thing, said the games that people play. And he went out, he was out by the Supreme Court when they were challenging an election result for one of the constituencies. So there was a petition. A man like that with his analytical brain would pass and see like, these poor people who are out here and they don't know that they're just part of the game with it. And then he finished the article by saying, well, let's go and play Mama and Papa. If it are Creole or no, right? You know, speaking of Creole.
And we must say, because we are talking to young people, and Evan has become kind of recluse except for his articles. People don't know that this man used to ride my bicycle through the streets and things like that. He is still alive. It's not as though it's not as though somewhere, you know.
You have to help with.
Yeah, boy, you need to come back out, man.
But big respect to you. You're the man who is considered to be the godfather of soul in this country in relation to opening the eyes of my generation. I would not be here. Nuri wouldn't call me to come and talk if I didn't think the way I think, because I got a lot of that from the Mandala newspaper and from reading your books. And you have made an enormous contribution to our country.
Thousands and thousands, if not millions, because many have left and gone to the States. But listen, because of our limitation of time,
all right, I will send, I don't know how much of the staff back here. Before I leave, I will send and call for, you know, with a coffee, we can't help it. I myself don't drink, but I send for a case of stout. Because it's a birthday, a Friday. You know, when we don't dance, we have a romance.
I see. Well, you need to bring some juices, because I don't drink beer, so we need to, we need to make sure that. Anyway, I don't want.
You have a list of other things you want.
Yes, man, and then we got limited time. I need to move from our BTL controversy to the CCJ, even though that might look like it's foreign. That is something that just amazed me. I mean,
disturbing.
Because that's not the Privy Council anymore. We've decided, and not all Caribbean countries, but Belize is one of those countries that decided the CCJ is where we send for our appeal. So, what's going on there based on your knowledge as a
in a kind of nutshell, because then kind of topic are boring. And when we're on television, we can't be boring, because all you need to do is just take the remote and switch. So the CCJ are words for the Caribbean Court of Justice. In the Caribbean, because of the colonial background and how these powerful European countries saw the world in their day, the Pope had divided the world in half. He said everything on this side going to Portugal and everything on this side going to Spain. That is how powerful the Pope was in those days. When it began to emerge that this portion that belonged to Spain, that was given to Spain, they were finding gold. When white man hear gold, they go crazy. This is how they kill out the so-called Red Indians in the United States of America, because white people get there. And then they want to hear about the hills are sacred, and that area we bury our dead. Then okay, they dig up your dead to look for gold. And still they do it. So Congo, the Democratic Republic of the Congo in Africa is an excellent example. White people is not going to let that go until they suck out everything. They change the government to make sure they get the most corrupt leaders in the country. You see how we make. Can I just tell you something? Because of a Mandela Evan X. Hyde, I grew up, I come out of one die-hard NIP, UDP house. When word leaked out that Evan and Said had talked me to try to get into party politics, one Sunday I'm in church. I used to go to church every Sunday. Now the church I go to a word will rhyme with church, but I will not say it on the show. But now I jump on a boat and I go to try and calm my mind with being out at sea. I forget all about Belize, about everything else. All the money that I'm counting. The king is in his counting house counting out his money. And it's a different world. When I get under the water and I see life underneath there, the little fishes, the bigger one, the big one, it's a different world. So my bishop has said to me, Dickie, you can come to church and then go to Key afterwards. And church is boring for me, but I make allowances, no? I don't believe the church should be in the Senate. I don't believe the church should be part of the government. Governments by their nature are corrupt. They pass laws that hurt the country. Have you ever heard, sorry, I'm talking to everybody. Have you ever heard any of the parties have a ministry of poverty alleviation? You ever hear that? No, hear that. Have you ever heard about ministry of poverty elimination? Let's get rid of poverty. Let's fight against poverty. In Belize, there's no reason for anybody to be hungry. There's no reason for us to eat noodles. We eat every day. We eat on tacos every day. We eat things we don't have nourishment because we have found a way to satisfy ourselves by just full of belly. We don't pay attention to nutrition. Banana used to be 8 bananas for $1. They down to 5 bananas for $1.
Yeah, indeed.
People don't eat banana the way they should. We need to eat more fruits and more nuts. It's really a sad thing will happen to we, you know. So let me try and stay focused. Let me first of all go back to where I was starting. Today is a day for rejoicing. We have sent a strong message to the government. You could try the way you want, but you're going to pay a heavy price for it. And I repeat myself, respect to the Prime Minister of Belize and to the Cabinet for saying why this thing will cause some big problem with the citizens of the country. We don't have to go through with it. That's not going through. Those of you who still want march and so, you need to give it a little rethink. Save on energy and the money you want to spend and so for our next battle. You win this battle. You win that. We don't need to focus right away. What is the next thing we need to do? Well, there was a draft of a law. They got a funny name, but it's a whistleblower's law. If ever Belize need a whistleblower's law and an anti-corruption law in the country, it's now.
Yes.
When you see what happened, the very gun when they buy for the army can't shoot the gun long because it get hot, they can't hold it.
Why?
Many people should go to jail for their thing that bad things are happening to us.
Well, tell us, what would the law do? In other words, do I, as a public officer or anybody
or any employee
that sees something, knows something is happening, do I have to sneak and give it to you and say, shh, no say nothing? What would the law do to protect me if I
Well, a whistleblower's law is a whistleblower's law in the sense that if you watch any kind of sports, you will see that when the referee blow the whistle, because somebody fouled, because somebody got offside, because something went the way it shouldn't go. So a whistleblower would ordinarily be an employee seeing, hearing, knowing that some irregularity, some hustle, some thief, like where they go on, right? Listen, there's widespread stealing to catch the public service.
Wide, it's very wide.
Wide, listen, everybody could thief the thief, because I was not 100%, but I am now convinced that one of the biggest errors made in the public service of the country is when they bring in politically appointed people and call them chief executive officers. They know nothing about the public service. They have no motivation to know about the public service. They want to travel. They want to love all the high status and so on and so forth. But if the public service continues to fall down the way it is right now, the country falls down. That's why you don't have no fight against poverty. There's no money to fight poverty. There's no budgetary surplus. If the government collect $1 billion, they spend $1 billion. In fact, they're like we pants outside. Those of us who they work on the hustle, you they get maybe only 150 for the week. You they spend 225 for the week. So the government have no surplus. They do not, if a mighty flood come down and wash out and people suffer, they don't got no money to help many people. We're in a bad state from year to year. As the public service goes, so goes the country. So the chief executive officers have no help. They don't even, they sat right there for the last 6 years, and the finance officers and the people in who they do the day-to-day work and so, switch the procedure, and the hustling just get more.
So how would the whistleblower...
So the whistleblower now is an employee working, and let's look at one. This is a hard one, but let's look at it. You're in a Ministry of Lands, which is, as Dean Barrow has said, this is a cesspool of corruption. This is where all the shit and nastiness and the filth of corruption, that the one way the septic tank will overflow. There's no attempt by this government after 6 years to do anything about the Ministry of Land. Nothing. All the hustling with the go on and the UDP
continues.
No, they're worse.
Yeah.
People high up in there, boy, it's a sad situation in the country. So you are working in there, and you see one move going on where Nuri have one land free family that go back, that title, that one are going to have no say over, government have no say over title, you know, that they are private land. That are like your car, your phone, your house, your people.
You own that.
You own that, not the government. The government have say over government land. They give you a lease. If you don't fill the condition, they could take it away. What they do is they widespread take it away without send you a notice that you are not fulfilling the conditions, and it is proposed to review your lease. They're not doing anything there anymore. They don't mess with Uno. So only want to get land and they got to a little land clinic.
So when you show up there, you see somebody else step on your land.
Right, and they got title.
Yeah.
And they know you to try fight to prove your title. So a person working there say that, why then the thief that person land to give it to somebody? How come the Chinese they got all the kind of land? How come they never say it? You know, like that thing. So you see that you can call or you can write to a committee that would be set up to say this is what is happening. You are blowing the whistle on wrongdoing, on an irregularity, on a crime. I have looked at the draft. The draft needs to be, it needs some serious work on it. But my brothers and my sisters, especially in the unions, don't be jumping up because you have plenty work to do. There is much work to be done. The harvest is plenty, but the workers are few. Don't make them back down out of the whistleblower's law. Put up the draft and make us fine tune it and get it passed. And let's start to run the country, because we can make Belize a better place, a prosperous place. Let's make Belize a better place. We can do it. We can do it, man. Listen, on just show the government
that you can.
The mighty government that we can. And we not to celebrate Amandala's birthday, right? So we are celebrating a part of our history, our tradition, our culture, and our education, which is an ongoing process. I owe everything to Amandala Evanex Hyde.
This is why we don't hear anything about the revolutionary spirit going back to Will and Sharper. We don't understand that we are not complacent people. Everybody like say, why? You should be like Jamaica or look at Guatemala or look at El Salvador. Then people don't understand. We are complacent, but we're complacent because we're not showing any example that we could fight. Amandala itself, people just buy this newspaper, but they have no idea what the history of it is. You would talk to the average young person today about the movement of young people during the time of UBAD. They have no idea of what this is. So if you keep feeding us complacency, we will be complacent.
Remain
precisely.
Yes, precisely. Well, happy birthday, Amandala. Those who are still around to know what it was like. It was a great struggle against both the PUP and the UDP back then. You know, don't think like those people represent the system. The PUP and the UDP represent the system. They're not part of the system. They are the system. And anything that goes wrong in this country, that's for their fault. They are not tackling the issues.
Yeah.
They are not tackling the issues. Yeah?
We'll take a next break and we'll be right back.
Before you go there, let me just say quickly.
Quickly, go ahead. Say it quickly.
No, well, listen. There is this issue on the news yesterday, I just saw it this morning, that one of the ministers of government is saying that in Santa Familia, which is his constituency, just like a few weeks before the general election in November of 2020, the land department sold 1,900 and odd acres to a foreign, to an individual, company or individual. 1,900 and odd acres of land sold just weeks before government will change. Everybody, the dog and the cat, know that government will change in a 2020. Everybody know that. Okay? So, big amount of land, Santa Familia, where people have lived from one generation to the next, then selling land. That's saying stinking, dirty, worthless lands ministry. Sold the land. Now it turned out when government changed, the new government said, right, it's something very wrong with that. We not there with that. We know they honor that. The people who get the title, we buy the land and give people big money under the table. That is why whistleblowers law is so important. They go to court, and the court don't have no choice. You have to respect title to land. You have to respect a title to land. If you have your title, the land is yours, unless it can be shown that it was obtained by fraud or criminality, which you can't show because the people in it who are.
So what happens in the court if that is proven that that land is mine and it was sold and I have the title? It already happened. They gone to court. Yes, but I'm saying what happens now? Well, does it get locked up in court logs that we don't hear for the next 5-10 years?
No,
or?
the court has pronounced they probably will appeal and still lose because you can't go against title, man. Otherwise, the whole capitalist system will crash. When you own a land, you own a land. People kill for land. They're killing out Palestinians because the Israelis will take their land with the help of the United States of America. Right now we talk, they still kill Palestinians. Land is serious business, you know. Land is eternal. When you left one land for your son, that for his land, and he left it for his son.
So what happens to those people that know they own the land, but the land has been sold?
Before I go there, this is the point I want to make, yeah? Because the court has said the government is wrong, and the government is wrong. You have to respect title, unless they can show fraud or criminality. But this is the point I want to make. A minister of government is on the news to say, what happened to my people there? They live there from generation to generation. How that could have happened? And let me tell you something, Minister. With all due respect, I admire you, I give you your props. You are one of the ministers who sit down in a cabinet from November 2020 and not do nothing about lands. Lands, they do the same thing where the UDP they do when they do. The same hustle and crookedness and corruption is going on. You feel it now because your voters are being disenfranchised of their birthright. That they live on a land. They have to wheel and come again that we have squatters' rights, that we have some kind of rights. In fact, there was a decision of a high court to say, if you bought a land, like these people who bought that land, the government can recover back that land and pay you what you paid for it instead of pay you the market value right now. And another thing, Prime Minister and Cabinet Minister, you are charging too little when foreigners buy Belizean land. That the percentage, not the cut it, you know, to fight poverty from a proper percentage against when foreigners they buy Belizean land. When you start to run the country correct, man, when you know to do the right thing,
we'll take the break.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business, but now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this festival is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, a commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
We've got the wow youth. So, do you think we got a deal?
No one should be up at this time. If you're still up, it's not you, it's your mattress. Because the right mattress changes everything. Sherwood Bedding Luxury Resort Pillow Top Mattress. Sleep better, wake better. Available at Design Depot. All in one place.
The success of my business means a lot to my family, especially my brother, because I'm continuing his legacy, making butterfly art collages. It was very hard for me to receive payments. I had to go directly to meet the person I'm purchasing from and who I'm selling to receive payment. Because I opened my business account with Atlantic Bank, now I can make and receive payments online, and this has made my job much easier.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Have a vision? We've got what you need. From idea to install, Brothers Habet. all your building needs under one roof.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing star 100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
Amandala is now online. You can now access Amandala's midweek and weekend issues online by logging on to our website at amandala.com.bz/news and joining our membership portal today. There's 5 easy steps to get unlimited access to weekly e-paper, archive publications, and a host of other exclusive contents. Number 1, go to Amandala's website. Number 2, navigate to subscribed areas. Number 3, choose a membership level. Number 4, check out using our secured portal. Number 5, log into the members only section. Telephone numbers 501-280-4703 or 202-4477. Fax us at 501-222-4702, or you could email at amandalapress@yahoo.com or amandalapress@gmail.com. Amandala, all power to the people.
Welcome back. It's been exciting, and in fact,
CCJ
behind the scene is even more exciting. No, before we touch CCJ, I want to talk about the responsibility of these corporate citizens when it comes to a fish kill in the Belize River Valley area, and we seem to be soft shoeing around what it allegedly is a Mennonite farm, rice farm, that they pour off into the river, into the stream, is what is causing the kill, as well as Santander. And it reminds me of how we were soft shoeing BSI when a similar thing was happening some years ago, 2019, with the fish kill in the Belize New River. I'd like to hear your comment on that.
Let me look at it from a different perspective. When we, the people, look how BTL and to a lesser extent Social Security, and big thanks to Jules Vasquez.
Indeed.
Because this victory is as much his as it is the people, because the media had kept them informed. No? So respect Jules. When you look at how they conduct themselves, their loyalty is to themselves, their loyalty is to BTL, not to the people, not to the country. First thing that would come to the mind of anybody to try to analyze that, I think, would ask the question, what is the procedure to end up with a board for BTL, a board for whichever? Because one of the faults of the system is the appointment of people to the boards. They are invariably, I don't want to use words like sycophants and cronies and flunkies and toadies and all those words, but invariably their loyalty is to who appoint them, who pays the piper, calls the tune. So you have all these boards. There's a board for WASA, there's a board for BL, there's a board for this, for that, all these boards. And by the way, they're paid by taxpayers' money.
Yes,
They
yes,
get
and
paid.
handsomely.
And a lot of money when you add it up. But what do we get in return? The people on these boards need to check themselves, because we need to be a little bit more, maybe not, I want to use the word revolutionary. Need
Respect
to be a bit more
to Alan Pollard, because he was courageous enough to come out and say, I am not in agreement with that. But that's another subject.
And the young lady too.
And yes.
It's not easy to kick against the system, no?
Indeed, indeed.
But that is not the norm. They all sit there, all of them make the decision. Where is the improvement in WASA? Where is the improvement in BL? BL is down in the hole for millions and millions of dollars, you know. And like the board don't feel like that they're responsible. Who are the members of the board that sit there and allow them thing there? So we had a fish kill in this country. When fish come from river bottom and tell you alligator got belly here, this is far worse than that, my boy.
Indeed.
The alligator they come from river bottom, turn upside down.
Floating up, yes, dead, yes.
You know, got belly ache again, for him belly bust.
Yeah.
So that happened already. Alligator died too in that first fish kill. What did we put in place to make sure that anybody in the surrounding area, who they clear land, who they spray insecticide, who doing anything, what have we put in place? Can't do it, it's an offense unless you first get clearance. That is what is happening to us. Look at the Ministry of Forestry. The Ministry of Forestry is a joke. Everybody knows that the lone hustling. Listen, Prime Minister, you need to start to crack down on corruption and hustling, because that they destroy the country. Huh?
And then you come out, and I don't want to put too much on but you come out and you the talk wrong in such a way as, you know, they come straight. How is it that it's taking you so long, Mr. Mai, to determine that in fact this Mennonite farm of 380 acres of rice in that area and Santander, and you make Santander tell you that they are not guilty of this? That's exactly what BSI did in 2013 and again in 2019. So what is the use of an environmental department if you cannot come out and fight against the power, speak against the power? Which takes us again back to the whole idea of a mandala and what, you know, standing up to power. Yes, indeed.
The system is the problem, and the people who are running the system, they are the problem. All right, let me go to something else. The month of July and August every year, by law, is the period where persons can transfer. Voters, I could use the word voters. Where a voter, you used to live the 7 Wagner Lane, you now live the such a street. Only in July and August you can go into the various election offices in the constituencies and fill out the form that you want to transfer where you now live. You have to live there. The only time that July and August. Now this is one of the biggest corruption that takes place in the voting process, because there are people who are loyal to the two parties, who want to help their party, who want to help the person who is representing their party in the area. And they are prepared to lie and say, I now live so and so. And then they get on the transfer list that they live somewhere where they don't live. This is widespread UDP and PUP
you end up with
corruption.
147 people at one address.
Yes, Nuri and those of you who listen to XTV, do you see any, we just talk about the people in they're part of the system, do you see them have anything on the television, the biggest, strongest media right now? Do you see anything on television, on TikTok, on Facebook, on WhatsApp, that this is the period of transfer? You just need to fill out this form, you need to do this, you need to do that. But please remember, it is a criminal offense to lie and say you live somewhere where you don't live for voting purpose. It's a criminal offense. Nothing like that on the television. Do you see anything on the television that it is another criminal offense if you are paid, if you accept money to tell a lie that you are living where you don't live and you want to vote there?
So what's happening with elections and boundaries department? I mean,
nothing, my boy. That's the thing where we talk about. The people are the system are the problem. When the French Revolution took place,
those were the ones
they
that were
cut
killed.
off the people's head.
Those were the people who were killed.
They line them up and carry them in a mule and cart and cut off their head because people get enough. When you sit down in an important position,
air condition,
and you're not doing what you should be doing, you know that this is going on. The two political parties will never come out and say anything. That you in the elections office to tell the people, please not do it. And you commit a crime if you do it, and if somebody find out and come tell you that that's the way you do, or we find, they not find out because they never find out. Ain't that interesting? Hundreds of people are moving around.
Yes.
All right, Nuri, there's another thing apart from the transfer situation. The Auditor General of this country spoke on the public media yesterday. What she has said is upsetting and concerning and disturbing. You can't find the record. You can check government pay one thing, you can't find the record to support it. They destroy the record, they hide the records.
Another reason why we need to go back to the permanent secretary accounting.
That system, whatever name you want to use, the CEOs have not come forward to say anything about what they want. They don't know the system, they don't care about the system. The system is failing the country. Put another way, the government is failing to run the country proper. We have a problem. All the thing, you know, fish kill, transfer period, police that they send G13 from Belmopan and beat up on 15-year-old Ladyville 2
and they continue to bring up them boy, hold them for 48 hours, let them go, then pick them up again, the next 48 hours, pick them up again without charging them. What kind of system is that?
They think they're corrosive, they think create hatred and bitterness. And shot one farmer down the Pomona for nothing. The police are in a plain clothes because just come trespass for a man.
Big respect to Justice Moore for sending them two police officers. Who,
kill a man.
11 years they're going to do. We need to see more of that.
Kill one man. But I also, in the midst of all of that, my liar friends, they tell me that when they seek out Bartholomew, Bart last name, Bart is...
You're talking about Bart Jones?
Yes, man. Forgive me the particulation.
Yeah.
But Jones, big respect. He's always trying to be of some help to two sides. No?
Yes, he is.
But that Auditor General thing is a slap in our face to tell we that the last time they do an audit at the government was in 2017.
Wow.
This is the country we do.
Wow.
2017 is the last chance they get. Have the system ever increased the CIB, the Crime Investigation Branch? No, the same Crime Investigation Branch, even though crimes keep going up. Have they increased the auditors who could come and just do a spot check audit in any ministry and department? No, nothing. We are not managing the country properly. We are in trouble. We are in trouble in this country.
So we went through an exercise about trying to correct our constitution through PPP. So we just gone through an expensive exercise.
Yeah.
Didn't educate people during the process. Handed to the Prime Minister, and now he did.
Yeah, he sent it to a white man in England to fix it up. There can't be more colonial.
But it hasn't been presented even to the House.
No.
It's just sitting on the desk.
You know, it probably still in England. We have gone back to the colonial masters to take the report of the Constitutional Committee to say, well, all these things are not constitutional issues. They're administrative matters, policy matters, and things that can be dealt with otherwise, but those don't go into... We gone and white man to tell you that. We are big.
But even before we did that, Dickie, because you were here, you and I...
No, I'm not part of the committee.
No.
Neither
I am saying that you and I were discussing it even before the committee was set up.
True.
You and I were talking about why don't use CREM to have lawyers come in and explain it.
Yeah.
We even went as far as to establish a Wednesday show that was called You and the Law, to look at these same fundamental issues. We've gone through that exercise. Government didn't support us, by the way.
No.
And even though we appealed to Mr. Usher, we appealed to Mr. Chanona, we got no support for that.
Yeah.
They went through an exercise for 2 years, very expensive support. And in reality, we're really back at the same thing that we started.
That is believed, that is why the union...
Which brings me up to this thing that you want to talk about, which we can't talk about today, Animal Farm.
Yes, well, you have been throwing out an excellent idea that there is a possibility that what we can do for you, the people, I believe, especially those of you who are faithful and watch X television, the mighty X television, where the truth will be spoken though the heavens fall, that we can take Animal Farm, a book of about 90 odd pages, Animal Farm, and we can have like maybe 2 Wednesdays, maybe 3. We come on Wednesday and we say chapter 1 in Animal Farm is saying this, that. What does that mean? What is the author getting at? What the writer is trying to educate us on? And we can help you to understand why this book, written from the 1940s, nearly 100 years ago, is so very, very important. In fact, my brothers and sisters, let me tell you, reading, we're not a nation
we're
of
losing
readers.
it,
we're not
man.
a
We're
nation
losing
of
it.
books, but we can help you to know what are in the important books, especially my favorite book, the
Which
Bible.
is the Bible.
You need to be informed and educated at all different levels. We are talking things here this morning. There are many other things that need to be spoken about. But I like that idea, and I have been consulting and talking to various people. They are willing to help, and we can help you to broaden your mind, to deepen your mind, for you to be more analytical, for you to be able to think. There's a lot more things than just smoke weed, tunkush, and drink rum, you know. A lot of other things that make up this wonderful world that God has given to us. So there is a possibility that we may bring Animal Farm direct to your mind, from our mind to your mind, using the book and using some of the live examples that the government, I believe, has given us. So many excellent examples of abuse of authority, of failure to do the things that are required to be done, and of making Belize a better place.
My brother,
now, before I leave, I just want to tell you,
yes,
there's a man in Belmopan, I don't know that somebody had come up with a thing, no car, no name.
I wonder who said that.
Yes, I'm wondering, we need to refine that a bit. But Curtis in Belmopan, I will bring up the matter when they cross the river and they make the sign, and then we happen to the soul there. I'll bring it up another time, my brother. So, we're in the transfer period, and I don't want to leave without saying big respect to the great Super G.
Yes,
Man,
indeed.
talent can't done. You have too much talent.
Yeah, my brother.
All your picnic, they want to come like Bob Marley picnic.
Yes,
one of them want talented.
Indeed.
And make more picnic to Super G. We need that genes to be strong.
Yeah, we talk about Andy Palacio, but believe me, we have much more extremely talented some of them are really like unsung heroes, you know.
Many.
Because in their own little small way, like you had Father Lee, who was doing excellent job in the background. Nobody really big on up. But
Nuri, you know what
look how many people he spawned
you
from
know what
his
we have
humble
not,
origin.
we have not publicly done?
Yeah.
We have not paid tribute to these awesome women who are leading the struggle and the fight for a better business.
Yeah.
We have not.
Even the union leader, Miss Emily Turner, Miss Ella Wade, the head, Miss Callis, the head of the teachers union, you know, women.
Women, they run things now.
Women.
It's about time.
We need to understand that. Indeed.
Imagine BTL not paying any people in severance yet.
Boy, I'm telling you
Prime
now.
Minister, please give a new board.
I want to see if they could pay $80 million. 60 out of which would have gone to Mr. Ashcroft. It's very important. Anyway, we've got to end this part of our segment because we've got at other end, but with a promise that our brother, God willing, will come back and continue this series of educational conversations with the public. We'll take the break again.
God goodness gave this land to we.
Indeed.
We are modernizing assessment through the National Student Assessment System, strengthening teacher professional development in digital pedagogy and STEAM education, and also advancing reforms in technical and vocational education and training so that more young people develop the practical skills required for emerging industries.
I was amazed how these girls were working together because many of them didn't know each other at no point. And through this 2 weeks program, they managed to create these strong bonds. And you know, they came up with problems that they were identifying out in the community, right? Problems with the environment, problems with climate change. It was such a wonderful experience, you know, with seeing how these girls can take such simple tasks to great heights.
On the first day, like, I fell in love with the robots and stuff we were making, like wind turbines, and that really caught my attention. So I think when I go into third form, I would go in like the science instead of the business because I really wanted to take business, but now I think of it, I really want to go into science now because it's so fun.
We wanted to spark that interest and motivation in girls so that they're able to go into STEAM careers and they're able to then jump into various aspects of or what we call skill pathways. So the goal beyond this, like this festival, is for us to then build a nice network, a support network, a commitment network, so that the stakeholders who were willing to be with us can continue that journey with the girls.
The Downtown Super Sale Back to School Edition is back! Join your Belize City Council on Saturday, August 15 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get ready for unbeatable deals on everything you need for the new school year. And don't forget, it's a back to school tax-free day. Shop from the Angelus Press, A&R, Golden Bay, The Stationery House, Debari, Digi Wallet, Full Tech System, and more. Need uniforms? Stop in at Mikado, Brody's, Swami's, and the original Little Melchor. Also joining us is the National MSME Roadshow 2026, featuring local entrepreneurs, small businesses, and business support services. Bring the entire family to enjoy great deals, delicious food, refreshing drinks, a free kid zone, and live entertainment throughout the day. Want to showcase your product at the event? Contact our Public Relations Department at 280-2308, extension 259, or WhatsApp 673-9055. Mark your calendars, Saturday, August 15 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Downtown Super Sale Back to School Edition on Albert Street. Gather your family, grab your shopping bags, and come ready to save at the Back to School Super Sale. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
I've always been fascinated with gemstones. It's all about taking nature's beauty and creating something uniquely beautiful. I've had inspiration from the Belize Blue Bull, the beaches, the Jaguar. I've launched a new product called Co-Design with Deb, and Atlantic Bank's e-commerce system has opened the door to my international customers so I can receive payments so they can have their custom pieces shipped to them.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Nando's Wholesale is your market leader in Belize's wholesale industry when it comes to high-quality products at the most reasonable and competitive prices. With over 40 years in the wholesale business, Nando's Wholesale embraces the partnership of the hotel industry in Belize by providing world-renowned brands in wines, seasonings, condiments, and cleaners in industrial sizes, as well as small and large kitchen appliances and equipment. Nando's also takes pride in providing one of the quietest and most durable air conditioning systems in Belize with technical support and spare parts. Nando's Wholesale. Professional, reliable, effective, and prompt. Nando's Wholesale always delivers. Visit us at www.nandos.bz or send an email to nandos@nandos.bz. Or, even better yet, give us a call today at 222-500 or 280-8080 to speak to one of our sales representatives today.
So it started off like any other summer day in Belize. I decided to go down to Builders Hardware since I heard they had 25% off on summer outdoor products. I got a couple of items, a chair, a grill, a cooler, and I got carried away, but the prices were so good. But anyways, I might have gotten comfortable, maybe too comfortable. Then I saw the news, man, the hurricane season was not playing with me. But thank God, Builders also had 25% off hurricane preparedness items as well. Flashlights, batteries, sealant, first aid kits, everything I need. And guess what? My grill survived.
Whether you are a busy person or stuck in traffic or having an adverse or very demanding circumstance, tension builds up, causing you to be stressed out. Stress attacks everyone, anytime, any age. And stress is a killer. Palm City? It's best to be alive than dead. So visit Freetown Drugstore to get options to relieve stress and to relax your mind.
Yes, sir. What can I do for you today?
I'm so stressed out.
Okay, I'm sorry. I help you right now. When I this daily, for 10 days, and I'm good after that, okay?
Okay.
Freetown Drugstore, 28 Freetown Road, where you are better off alive than dead. Freetown Drugstore, telephone 223-2876.
WUB, Wake Up Belize Morning Vibes, and we've kind of saved this last effervescent part of our morning show for these two ladies from the Belize City Council, who will be talking about their what is this? How much years ago?
This is the 8th
year
sale.
of the super sale. And by the way, there is this tax thing that the
Yes,
Prime
tax
Minister
relief.
has implemented. That's supposed to happen.
The tax
when
relief.
is
Oh
that?
my
When
goodness,
is
that's tomorrow.
That's
Also
tomorrow
with the
as
super
well.
sale.
Yeah, so that means it coincides
Yes,
with
it
the
does.
super sale. Michelle, please tell us more about it, and welcome to you both.
Thank you for having us. Good
tell
morning.
us more about it.
And thanks for having us. Yes, like you said, Mr. Nuri, this is the 8th year of the Downtown Super Sale. And tomorrow we're having the Back to School Super Sale edition on Albert Street. It starts 10 a.m. until 6 p.m.
Wow.
And where parents are looking for sales, they're looking for deals as we return back to the school. And so tomorrow you can come out and get your deals, your sales. With us,
you get the percentage discounted.
Yes. First of all, to be a part of the super sale, to register for the super sale, you must provide a 20% discount on an item or your entire store. It's up to you, but you must provide that 20%.
So you're talking about the vendors now?
Yes, the vendors.
Oh, okay.
The vendors. And adding to this 20% is the back to school GST free weekend that the government announced. And so it's a double whammy.
Yes,
For some people it's triple saving, because apart from that you have some of the stores that will be doing their own giveaways. So it's triple for some people. And with us for this back to school, when you think of back to school, you think of school supplies, you think of uniform. And of course, we cannot have a back to school super sale without our heavy hitters that provide back to school supplies.
Who are some of those?
So we have Angela's Press, we have A&R, we have Golden Bay, we have Stationery House, we have Full Tech, you have Digi, because yes, it comes
they're all connected with
exactly.
school.
You need laptop, you need that phone, you need that connection.
Right.
And of course you think of uniform materials. And so we have Mikados, we have Debari, we have
Swamis.
Little Melchor, we have Swamis.
Alright.
So it's a one-stop shop for all your school supplies.
Well, I know you got more.
Yes,
so-
I definitely have more. I will always talk about the vendors.
Okay.
Well, you know how important the vendors are to the event, but this year we are collaborating with the MSME Roadshow. So they are going to have their Buy Belize road segment at the end of the super sale. So our stretch now will be, mind you, it's 150 vendors.
Wow.
A little over that, right, Mish? Yes.
And it's growing.
Yes, and they
So they're not only going to be the vendors on Albert Street, but they're coming from other places.
Yes, they are. They are. So
But
there is that
besides
segment.
the school, those supplies who supply school items, who else do you have?
Well, we also have on
Albert Street.
Honestly, now the back to school super sale is so much more impactful, because when you think about back to school, you don't only think of school supplies and gadgets and gizmos. You also think about clothing, because there are sixth form students and other students that would go to, we call it tertiary education. So clothing is required for them as well. Shoes. Footwear. Those are also elements that you can get out there for this GST free weekend. And we must say that also the GST free is on school supplies. We have to be very specific with that, because we have that tendency to think that it applies to everything.
All
It
kind of
doesn't.
items.
No,
So they
it's
want
not groceries.
washing machine,
We're not talking about
everything.
groceries and appliances.
Yeah.
We talk about Just school back to supplies. school. Yes.
Yes, that's a very important element. Your success last year compared to the previous years, I mean, you've been doing 8 years. Are you seeing an increase?
Definitely.
in people? Yeah.
Definitely. You see, the vendors are our, what do you call it? Our pin.
Okay.
The number that sign up and the different variety that sign up help us to understand what our vendor mindset is and how they can use our events to become a little bit more prominent. So these events are to help them to launch themselves and to at the same time get a following, because that's all we are all about, following these days, you know. So it really promotes a lot of local economic activity, not only for the downtown businesses but for new and upcoming vendors as well.
And I must add, yes, we have new vendors for all super sales. We have new vendors, but we have vendors that've been with the super sales
from the beginning.
Inception.
Yes. What about what you're offering for children? They'll be bored if they don't have some activity. What do you have for the children?
Well, of course, we have our kids zone. So we have that relaxing space for children, and it's totally free for them. So
and they get treats
too.
So the bouncy.
These help pull mommy out, help pull mommy and daddy out. Mommy, why you shop? I could have the kids zone. We're not saying leave your kids there.
You have supervision for.
Yes, we have our our staff who will be working to ensure that everything is running safe and smooth. And of course, we have our the police officers.
What about food?
Oh, food is always a big deal for everybody.
All right.
But because of the timing of the start of the super sale is at 11, but of course, you know, we have people, 10, sorry, but you know, people are there from very early, and more than likely they know I really have a good breakfast. So the food court is always located in Battlefield Park. So all food, well, not all, but most
majority
food will be located right in the center
and you
of
can sit down and eat.
downtown
When we say
City.
food court, we actually have a 10 chairs and tables where you can, you're surrounded by the food.
So you have some shade because you're sunny tomorrow. So you have people are able to
sit
be
down
under
and eat.
All right. What about entertainment?
Oh my entertainment, Lord Michelle.
Oh my goodness.
Super G.
Oh, is that? Oh my goodness. You need say no more. You need say no more. Wow.
Nuri and friends will be there too. So and
super free rabbi.
There you go.
Oh,
so entertainment,
and it's free.
It's really
so you're coming out there to not only shop but get free entertainment.
Free entertainment for the school. Yes, very important.
So
now, what about last year? I think you mentioned that some schools will be out there.
We have IT vet that will
Galen will be there as well. They will be,
They're normally there to help with recruitment.
I see. Okay, good. Well, I, you know, we always say, because you come every year, that it's a great opportunity for savings. It's a good day to be out with your family. It's a very family-oriented event. And it's going on 8 years. Big respect to Mr. Bernard Wagner, the mayor, because this was his brainchild 8 years ago. He came in with a lot of innovations, and this was one of them. What else can you tell us about the event that we have not said?
What else have
catch
we
you
not
up.
said?
Yeah, so let me
catch
go
me
to
off
you,
guard,
Michelle.
true.
Yeah.
Definitely catch me
Well,
off guard.
I just want to emphasize that tomorrow is the day to get your deals, get your uniform material, get your school book, and like one person said, you have options because all these businesses will be in one location. So you have that option to shop around and then, you know, decide who you, instead of, you know, running all the way to
A&R, and then A&R no got it, so you have to do that.
So everything is in this one location.
That is a good idea, because then you don't have to go distance to try compare prices. That's very good.
And it saves on gas prices too, because I mean, you're saving a taxi if you don't have a car, you're saving a gas if you have one car. So I mean, you park and you put on your walking shoes.
So where will
it
we
is
park?
that simple.
In the downtown is very difficult to find space to park.
Well, there is a David Fonseca parking lot. That's one. There's downtown parking lot as well. There's parking behind the courthouse, as we always have parking behind the courthouse.
Give a discount to them parking lot.
The discount does not apply to parking.
It's from back to school.
I see. So they will make some money tomorrow.
Right. Sure. But there are options for people who are questioning parking on the street. There are those parking spaces that are available.
Some people are very concerned about people breaking into their vehicle and things like that. So people who might decide to park on Canal side, is there going to be some security in those areas?
Yes. That's one thing with the super sale. We always try to make sure that the surrounding areas are safe for our residents to
be free,
feel comfortable
exactly.
to actually traverse
Yes.
and enjoy the event
We
rather
have
than
a
to think,
free
oh my goodness,
mind,
we have to run if we go get this, we can't want it broke in my car.
very
So
good.
we will have our enforcement officers as well as collaborating with the police department.
Very good, very good. And then sometimes unexpectedly people have health issues, you know, your blood pressure go up or your sugar go down or up or whatever. Do you have medical emergencies that will be available for people?
Well, that's a
Am I
good
bringing a
idea.
good
No,
so
no,
Bernard,
that's a
I'm
good
bringing
idea.
an idea.
That's
You're
a
gonna
good idea
send
because-
But
send
one
a
thing I
copy.
can say,
help.
one thing I can say with regards to that, we have been, what do you call it, Mish? Trained in CPR. So our staff would be equipped to facilitate or assist until help comes. So that's a plus, I would say. Yeah, and that's one of the things that are
CPR.
very
Is that the one where you're breathing in people's mouth?
Well, yes, and there's
How about
another.
people who pretend because they want to stay.
I know you may ask that question, you know.
Well, it's a good idea, and how much you think the average person should take out there in terms of money?
Well, it depends on how many they are shopping for.
Okay.
It depends on how many they are shopping for. Think about it. If the super sale provided that 20% option for you originally without the GST, we as parents, we start planning when school closes, some before, to figure out, okay, I'm going to buy a new uniform or I'm going to buy books or bags or whatever, and how many of those things I will buy. Now, because the super sale affords you some discount and the GST free, you can now be a little bit more free with your purchasing. Yes. And it also affords you as the shopper to treat yourself as well with the change.
Indeed,
You know what
yes,
I mean?
Indeed. You're a budgeter. That's good. Well, what about...
You have to be smart, man. You have to be smart with the budget.
Look, this is such a good idea. Over the 8 years, has it been duplicated in other areas? I mean, Isabel Mapan, of course, this is Bernard's thing here for the Belize City Council, but it's such a good idea. It's a saving.
Well, I don't
have
know
you seen
if
it
the other
duplicated?
municipalities, they have
Super
sale,
sale.
but they do have something that we have, which is like the community festival, but I think they have it marketed as
Night
night
market,
market or
Okay, all right. And I'm just thinking that...
But I must say the Belize City Council is the trendsetter. So
Yeah, well, you are the biggest jurisdiction anyway, but it's especially because it falls on the GST thing. I wonder whether or not this was to coincide with this, or they just happened to fall on the same
we
day.
actually put out our ad before.
Yes, before the
And
GST
when we
announcement.
started,
Right.
we were like, oh,
wow, it's
thank you,
yeah,
thank
yeah.
you.
So
and plus not pay
Yeah.
weekend, mind you, so, you know, you can't say they don't have money.
But I must say when we do
Oh,
our
yes,
They don't
this is
pay weekend.
payday.
Yeah.
when we do our survey, because for all of these super sale, we do our survey and we notice that we have a lot of people coming from the different districts
Right,
to
to
the
be
downtown
able to get the
super
benefit
sale.
of it, yeah. Well, this is good, this is good. You know, there's not much that you could say that we haven't said about the benefits, especially the parents, the school time, even though you should think about having a super sale that is not just confined to school, because people that try to save money
Yeah, all the
in
way around.
all kinds
All
of
the way around.
circumstances. But it is a brilliant idea. We support it 100%. And I noticed that over the years, you've tried to incorporate everything. There's something for the children, there's something for your eating, there's something for all the various materials that you need to get for your schools.
A one-stop shop.
And this is good, this is good. I remember at one time too, well, you did answer that Galen University and some of the other schools will be out there. In case some people want to register their children
To get more
for getting there.
information.
Yeah, indeed. So this is also good. Well, let me give you a final statement. We'll start with you, my dear. What would you like to say?
Yes, you like to put me on the hot seat first.
Well, I'll take you off the hot seat, Mish. I'm used to getting you responding from your hot seat, so get you and Chian. Okay.
Well, I first of all, I want to thank the vendors and the downtown store for participating in the super sale. Without them, it wouldn't be a success.
Absolutely.
And of course, we want to thank the government for giving this back to school GST free day.
Yes.
But I want to encourage my friends, family to come out to the downtown super sale tomorrow. Get your sales, get your deal. This is the one-stop shop. So you don't have to be hustling, bustling all over the city and get everything you need for the new school year.
So in reality, it is not just for purchasing, but it's also a good day out
to socialize.
for family.
It's a good social day.
You have visitors coming in from different parts of the world, primarily from the United States.
Right.
It's a good way to get a little
People
bit
are
of
getting ready
Belizean
for
culture,
the celebration,
right?
and
They certainly are. I want to add as well to encourage our residents to just be mindful of the amount of people that more than likely will be out there to shop.
Yeah.
Please remember, when you're out there, take care of your surroundings, look around, and make sure that your children are safe and with you. You know, because sometimes, I mean, we don't want to, after they announce what a missing child or whatever, it will be a really big day, and it always is a big day for the back to school super sale. And one of the other things I want to say also is we want to just give kudos to our sanitation teams.
Oh yes.
We have not sides outside. We want to give kudos to both of them because they are the ones that are up early in the morning when we're still turning in our beds. We want to thank you for your service to the city and for always being or support at these events, because as you know, Carnival, all of the things that will happen,
big cleanup.
We did throw everything on the street and the drains and all of that, but you don't know, at the end of that wonderful Bram session, you get up in the morning and like nothing happened the day before. So I want to thank them for what they've been doing and for always being a really good backup for us for these events.
Absolutely. Well, Michelle, I'll give you the final word, but what you may want to add in to is the traffic tomorrow will be chaotic. So what have you done in terms of diverting traffic? For example, you can't travel on Albert Street.
Yes, and actually,
and then you got certain ways in Belize City now, and they need to get that together. You can't go up this because it's an up-stop. I got caught up myself yesterday. There was a big construction taken there by IT Vet, and I didn't have any other choice but to go down up-stop. But I'm going to try, say, and I broke the law to, see if I could get to the next lane. And I ran into a vehicle there where said, I want to steer right here.
Because you go up stop.
You go up stop, and a lady or man steer right there at the block, and I put my hand out, say, construction, but I couldn't tell them what it was. Finally, I was able to turn. But that can become very chaotic tomorrow. You don't want to go up stop. How have you been able to set up directions so that the traffic officers are out there?
Well, for the super sale, for us to facilitate this, we have to close a portion of Albert Street. And so we're closing from the swing bridge. So when you come over the swing bridge, you won't be allowed.
You have to go water lane,
You have to go water lane and take the canal.
Right.
So then you have to go all the way down to Dean Street to get to the remainder of Albert Street.
Yeah, because you block off from Dean Street to the swing bridge to Dean Street.
Yes. And for Regent Street, we close off directly in front of the court. So you will have to go Treasury Lane around the court to enter the remainder of Regent Street. But I must say, tomorrow, yes, will be a hectic day, Albert Street. And so we have our enforcement officers who are out to assist with a free flow of traffic. But if you don't have to drive tomorrow to come down to Albert Street, walk,
or take the electric bus.
Exactly.
Take the bus.
And there are also there's opportunities too, because you mentioned going up stop. There will be officers on the top of each main entry or exit, so they will be able to guide you as to what to do and what not to do.
So that's Orange Street and the canal, Church Street and the canal, Bishop Street and the canal.
The access to downtown parking lot.
Yeah.
That's an up-stop street if you want to come up to park. But you
Right.
will be allowed to do that for tomorrow.
Okay. Well, please tell your officers to give me a break because that I know a day for ticket when you know a man they come away from Orange Water, they come away from PG, and they hear about the sale, and you don't know which street for really, you know. So
one
you
thing with them,
can't
they're
be
helpful. They're helpful. They're helpful.
I don't comment on that.
I
I wonder if they can get one
got
person.
people who are just stubborn
upstart.
Very upstart. Yeah.
People don't like when you enforce, but you have to enforce.
Enforcement is important, and we also need to be mindful of the law. Please not take the sidewalk for one parking because
absolutely.
Because
that's happening a lot. People parking.
That's a real violation, and that is what's causing all these break-in. That is happening on the streets.
You're putting a risk out there for the foot traffic.
Right.
Exactly.
I don't care. Tell you the last time the traffic department has come on this show to try and talk about.
We want to set that up. We have to set that up.
We need to do that. Yeah,
we definitely do.
Definitely could organize
a lot of people hate traffic officers,
I
know, and they should.
But they hate them because they do the wrong thing.
Exactly. Tell you, well, we are lawless in some ways, you know. So
and people don't like to be held accountable, and that's one of the issues that we're facing right now.
Very true.
Yeah.
Anyway, I gave you a last word, but it looked like I have to give you a last word. So, your turn.
Well, we are grateful to our vendors, like Michelle said, and we are also grateful for our mayor, who is always thinking forward and pushing us to do something better for our residents, for our councillors, who are so responsible and take their responsibility so seriously. We are grateful to our city admin, who also is a great support for us. So I want to just thank our team, our PR team, our works department, who's always working behind the scenes, getting all of those TCs up and all of these things. We thank them. So it's just a thankful thing for me.
I do believe Bernard would be hard to replace. I wondered why he never
Well, I
decided
must
to
say,
run again.
the mayor comes up with all these innovative ideas, and it's not that he just comes up with it. He attends every single one.
Okay.
Every single one.
So
the
he's
mayor,
not,
the deputy mayor, and council, they're at every event.
He's not a paper tiger then.
Right.
He's really...
But they're great support, and that's what helps to push us forward, you know, because we have the support of our leaders.
Well, I could tell you, Bernard, you got some really powerful representatives here, so that is good. That's a good time, because sometimes leaders don't take the right representatives, and so the representative makes the leader look bad.
True.
But I can say you two are so powerful that you look good, my brother. You really look good. So last word from you, Michelle.
Well, my last word, don't forget tomorrow, Downtown Super Sale, it's the back to school edition. It starts 10 a.m. until 6 p.m. Of course, the downtown stores open from 8 o'clock. So if you don't want to come 10, you can come from 8 o'clock. Please remember, Albert Street will be closed from the Swing Bridge to Dean Street from 5 a.m. to 6 p.m. But don't let that discourage you. Come out, get your sales, your deal. This is a day for you to have that little extra.
Yes, indeed. It's a good initiative. We support it. We agree with this idea. We think it should be duplicated in all the jurisdictions of, especially the large ones like Belmopan and Corozal, Orange Walk. These are areas where people need a savings likewise. So it's a great idea for his colleagues at the Mayor's Association to look at this success and see whether or not they can do the same thing as a savings for Belizean and parents. It's very, very
the entire country.
All right. So we've come to the end of our program for today, the 14th day. Remember that the Amandala is out. Amandala celebrates 57 years. That's a long, long time, and it's still going. It started as just a little Gestetner machine. You used to look back way when you look at it. Some parts of it you couldn't read clearly, but it has weathered the storm for 57 years, and it is the last man standing, so to speak, as a newspaper where others have failed or have forced to go on online. it has been able to be online with a Tuesday edition as well as a weekend actual paper that you can hold. So we give respect to the chairman as well as to the editor, to the business person, who happens to be married to the mayor, by the way.
Yes.
Yeah, all right.
Innovative
Good.
minds.
So, yeah,
Yes,
we
innovative
we
minds.
thank our guest this morning, the Honorable Richard Dickey Bradley, and I put honorable, and I mean that, because he has served, he's gone to the mountaintop, and he's come back down humbly. He's not walked around with no kind of accolades and, oh, Mr. Bradley, no, that Dickey. You know, I remember during the time of Michael Manley, who was a great Prime Minister of Jamaica, he insisted that you don't call me Honorable Manley and all, Michael. And that's what everybody called him, Michael. And he followed behind Fidel Castro, who insisted that people say Fidel, no President Fidel. So we might want to say to you other big time that humble yourself. You don't want to be a minister this and minister. Make we start to use your first name. And remember when you used to sit on that toilet and have to borrow my toilet paper? Remember those days. Humble yourself and remember that you are just a representative of the people. We thank Dickey for being here today, and we thank these two ladies from the Belize City Council. So, and we thank you most of all. And if you can pass on this to people in the diaspora and share, please do that so that this valuable information that was shared today can benefit them likewise. So Belizeans, remember to stand strong. Remember to stand and be focused. And most of all, do the right thing. For now, we're gone.
Stay connected in the USA for as low as $10. With Smart Roaming Data Pass, staying connected is simple and affordable. Get the data you need starting at 1,000 megabytes to stay connected to larger plans that keep you online while you travel across the USA. So you can message, browse, video call, and navigate wherever you go. No SIM swap, no bill shock. Just simple, affordable pricing. Activate easily by dialing *100# using the Smart app or online. Smart Roaming Data Pass. Staying connected the smart way. Smart, bringing people together.
The Downtown Super Sale Back to School Edition is back. Join your Belize City Council on Saturday, August 15 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Get ready for unbeatable deals on everything you need for the new school year. And don't forget, it's a back to school tax-free day. Shop from the Angelus Press, A&R, Golden Bay, The Stationery House, Debari, Digi Wallet, Full Tech System, and more. Need uniforms? Stop in at Mikado, Brody's, Swami's, and the original Little Melchor. Also joining us is the National MSME Roadshow 2026, featuring local entrepreneurs, small businesses, and business support services. Bring the entire family to enjoy great deals, delicious food, refreshing drinks, a free kids zone, and live entertainment throughout the day. Want to showcase your product at the event? Contact our Public Relations Department at 280-2308, extension 259, or WhatsApp 673-9055. Mark your calendars. Saturday, August 15 from 10 a.m. to 6 p.m. Downtown Super Sale Back to School Edition on Albert Street. Gather your family, grab your shopping bags, and come ready to save at the Back to School Super Sale. Your Belize City Council, always about the people.
Nokshe Adventure Park came about from the birth of COVID. Everything was on pause for tourism, so we decided, let's do something different. We got 10 bikes, 10 ATVs, and we were just doing ATV tours. Shortly after, we were approached by the cruise lines. We agreed to work with them, and from them it just started growing. We set up the chocolate tour first, and then from there we went into the culinary experience at the different Mayan cultures. We have like the gift shop, the cooking class, the shaman, and the healing, and it just all came together. When you reach a certain point, you need investors, you need partners to come into your business. Atlantic Bank just make it easy. Even my 7-year-old could do it.
Atlantic Bank, building the future together.
Every great job starts at Brothers Habet. With the best supplies and the right support, including free delivery on site, so you can focus on the job. Brothers Habet, working with contractors since 1983.